Okay, again, this is Earth Day 2026. Prince Rupert. I'm here with Karen, that I've known for a while. Karen, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Karen Buchanan. I'm the Executive Director of Changemakers Education Society.
Thank you, and we'll start with the first question. What does Earth Day mean to you?
Well, Earth Day, we're participating in Earth Day right now because I love ways to interact with community and support the Earth, although I feel like every day should be Earth Day because Earth is the planet that sustains us and we need to be more responsible, I think, as citizens and inhabitants of the planet and think about the consequence of our actions. But yeah, it's really nice also to do Earth Day with a group of people and, talk about things.
If you were queen of the world, what would you do to help?
Yeah, I feel like I would try to maybe put caps on certain destructive practices.
Caps?
Caps.
Oh,
like
okay.
Limits on certain destructive practices. Make sure that things are working more in circular economies and also support people who are experiencing environmental repercussions where they live, right? Because we're experiencing climate crisis and climate change, and that impacts a lot of people around the world, and I'd like just more people to think about the consequence of our actions.
I'd like to ask you to define the word you use, circular economies, you said?
Oh yeah.
Please define that for our listeners.
Sure. So when I think of circular economy, I think of less waste, I guess, than this capitalist economy that we're living in.
Okay, yeah, less disposable kind of practices.
Right. So a more sustainable, more closed system. So as something reaches its life cycle, what is the disposal method? What is the recycling method? What is the next use? Because I feel capitalism isn't inherently sustainable the way it's being practiced.
Like you said, Earth Day shouldn't be just one day a year. I haven't heard a lot of people say that other than myself and a few others, so I'm glad to hear that. And you're right, there's a lot of products we consume or things we use that aren't part of the natural world, and because they're not, we should be thinking in that way. What's the next step for this thing, this artificial thing?
Yeah.
What are the three most dangerous threats to life on this planet?
Yeah, so I feel like unrestricted capitalism is a danger. This idea of continuous growth, extraction, and just abandoning industry sites is very dangerous. So I feel like that is major. War is actually maybe above that, but war is so linked to capitalism and resource extraction, also territorial control and trade routes, and climate change. So I'd say those are the three major threats at this moment.
Thanks for pointing out some of the interconnections like capitalism and war. You mentioned unrestrained capitalism? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Can I follow up with you on that?
Sure.
For me, it's like capitalism already is like that, but I think it's good to add that word before it to help people realize that's pretty much what capitalism is. It won't stop. So I think it's a good idea to always put that word like you did before it.
I do know that sometimes governments and some industries are being more thoughtful in their processes and thinking more long term and putting in those safeties. So I do appreciate that. So I don't think it has to be unrestrained. It just, in many cases, it is.
And those industries or companies, when they are more controlled with environmental values, I guess it's because of who owns them or who is in charge, or just generally the culture where they are, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like that. Like, I mean, sometimes it's within the industry itself, and sometimes, like in Canada, we have certain municipal, provincial, federal standards that people are expected to abide by, and sometimes they don't, and sometimes they get caught violating whatever those standards are, right? But I think it's important to think about it at all levels.
Your answers made me think of something I don't think I thought about before. Let's say a government says we only fund companies that have a business plan where, let's say somebody does batteries, they'll have a company that is owned as well that recycles them, or that works really well with the abandoned sites of mining, let's say, to kind of reestablish them as much as possible to what they were before. Or cars, if you're going to have a car company, you have to also have another company by the same owners that recycles them or that reuses as much of it as possible. Yeah, I think only those business plans should be funded and approved. And I think that's kind of a little bit what you made me think about. Thank you. Is there any kind of last words on anything you wanted to say?
No, happy Earth Day. It's a pleasure, it's such a wonderful opportunity we have to experience this world, and I just hope that we start thinking about the long-term impacts so that future generations will have a world that's as lovely, if not better, than.
Hey, Karen, I'd like to make a promise to you based on her answers. Here's an idea I had. Is anytime I see Karen now, I'm going to wish her a happy Earth Day, even if it's on Christmas or any other day of the week. And that'll be, maybe she'll do the same, and that'll be us trying to say, hey, you know what? If we clean up behind ourselves or after ourselves every other day of the week on a day like the one Earth Day that we have, then we can just relax and enjoy how unlittered it is and enjoy each other and the natural world more in its natural state. Thank you very much, Karen.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Happy Earth Day to you.